Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd. And in today's second video, we of course have an update on Avengers Secret Wars. We have two massive updates that we are going to talk about in this video. Both of us coming from the same industry insider in James Mack over on Twitter. You guys can go give him a follow at JamesMackWL. He has been posting some good sources, good scoops when it comes to Secret Wars, Doomsday, stuff like that. And that is what we are going to talk about in today's video. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Later today, like I said, at this time, I will be seeing Disclosure Day, so we will have a review on that tomorrow. We will also probably do some type of Marvel news video as well, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, we have some big time news about Avengers Secret Wars. However, hit the sub button so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. That's also the #1 way you can support us here at the channel. And without further ado, let us go ahead and hop into these two Secret Wars updates. So, according to James Mack WL over on Twitter, My Time to Shine Hello posted a couple of days ago that they have good news that Steve Rogers is the lead of Doomsday and he's not going to be the lead of Secret Wars. However, James Mack goes on to add that that's true, but Avengers Secret Wars will highlight better characters: Peter Parker, T'Challa, Billy, Tommy, Kate, etc. So basically, the Young Avengers are kind of going to be the quote-unquote saving grace of Avengers Secret Wars, and ultimately that makes a lot of sense, right? We really don't know what the team's been doing. Maybe they have already been trying to put together a plan, but right now we know that Tommy is going to try and find Billy in Vision Quest, so again, that's a whole different storyline that's going to happen. Then I do believe they are going to probably get recruited by Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop, because they're going to be keeping an eye on them, and that is going to be kind of the Young Avengers core, right? Again, T'Challa also being in there. Maybe he's from a different universe, and maybe he comes in Avengers Doomsday at the end there and kind of tease his return as well. But I do believe that these characters are going to be the focal point of Secret Wars because they are the future of the MCU. Also, we have heard that Sadie Sink Jean Grey, who I fully believe she is playing Jean Grey in Spider-Man No Way or Brand New Day. I've said it time and time again. That's just the only option at this point. She's playing Jean Grey, and a couple of the other X-Men that we are going to get in this film are going to be kind of more focal points alongside of these massive heroes, these young Avengers heroes as well. So it looks like it's going to be the new X-Men kind of saving the old X-Men, and the new Avengers kind of saving the old Avengers, as well as we lead on to Avengers Secret Wars and past that for the next saga, which is going to be the X-Men saga, right? We're going to see a lot of the X-Men characters in the next saga. We're going to start off with the bang with Marvel's X-Men, directed by Drake Schreier. So again, we already know that's happening at the end of Avengers Secret Wars, and ultimately it just makes a lot of sense for the X-Men and the Young Avengers to team up, because those are going to be the main teams in the MCU going forward. Now, another update that we have about Avengers Secret Wars, and this is the last one that I want to talk about, is that he has said that he has heard Marvel wants a variant of Reed Richards in Avengers Secret Wars interacting with Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, the famous maker. So, again, he doesn't know if any information yet on it, or if it will be Garfield, Miles Teller, John Krasinski, or a new actor. That is just simply what he states right there. So, again, makes a lot of sense that Marvel would want this, because it's Avengers Secret Wars. You want to have characters interacting with characters. That's the whole reason of the project. You want to have the same type of characters interacting with the same characters on the big screen. And we've already gotten a couple of those when it comes to the Spider-Man, right? When in Spider-Man No Way Home, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. We got it in Loki Season 2 as well, with all the different Lokis that were there in the Void. So, again, I think this is the right call from Marvel Studios. Personally, I hope it's either Miles Teller or John Krasinski, but I could completely see them doing a different type of character, or different actor as well, right? Tom Cruise, he's been rumored to come back as Iron Man in Avengers Secret Wars as well. Maybe they do something with that. There's just a lot of stuff, a lot of possibilities that could happen in Avengers Secret Wars, but one thing that we do know is for sure, the Young Avengers are going to be the focal point of the film, along with the new X-Men. And again, it just makes a lot of sense, because these characters are the main MCU characters going forward after the multiverse saga. We're going to get the Young Avengers kind of trying to team up with the X-Men. Maybe the X-Men go off and do their own thing and the world starts to hate them and stuff like that. hopefully that is the storyline that we get in the next saga, and the X-Men aren't just like some beloved characters, because I do believe that is the best storyline. We've seen it, of course, a couple of times already, but I think if Marvel could do it right, that will be the saga and the storyline going forward in the MCU, and maybe we'll have an X-Men versus Avengers kind of divergence. We'll have kind of a clash like we did in Civil War with Captain America versus Iron Man and stuff like that, but this time it'll be with the Avengers or the Young Avengers and with the X-Men. So maybe we'll have that in or going on down the line. Maybe that'll be our first kind of Avengers project after Secret Wars in 10, 20 years time, something like that. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. How excited are you for Avengers Secret Wars? I know all the talk has been about Doomsday recently, but Avengers Secret Wars is up next, and that is only a year away. After Doomsday, there are no projects leading up until Avengers Secret Wars when it comes to Marvel. We've got Daredevil Born Again Season 3, but that is kind of its own thing, kind of like DC's Elseworlds project. That is just its own thing, and I'm really, really excited for Avengers Secret Wars. That's probably the film I'm more excited for than Avengers Doomsday, because we already know what Doomsday is going to be like, and I'm very curious to see all the cameos that we're going to get in Secret Wars. However, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Let me know everything that you would like to see in Avengers Secret Wars as well. Hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Tomorrow, like I said, we will have our Disclosure Day review as well. Super excited for that film. Cannot wait for it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.